And next I'd like to introduce another Andrews Scholar, Megan Heater, who worked this summer with the Robinson Community Learning Center here in South Bend. Megan is a senior who is majoring in the program of Liberal Studies.
While the Notre Dame SSLP program places over 200 different students in as many unique sites over the course of the summer, we all share one thing in common: displacement. Even those students whose sites were in their hometowns had the opportunity to experience a new aspect of their home, and many others encountered not only new experiences, but a new town or city as well. While displacement is often uncomfortable and disconcerting, as we long for a sense of home and familiarity, it allows for the possibility of a deeper understanding of self, and through that, an opportunity to enter into the lives of those we sought to serve on a much deeper, more significant level. One of my favorite parts of working with the students at the Robinson Center was their expression of love. When I walked in each morning, multiple students would rush over to greet me, offering sweet and enthusiastic hugs to begin my day. They asked me to color pictures for them and begged me to play games with them outside. Each student wanted to be my friend, fighting over who got to sit next to me at lunch and offering to throw my trash away when I was done eating. Being new made me special, and I loved the students' showers of attention and affection. But over time, these showers dwindled to a drizzle. Newness lost, the students began breaking the very rules they had taught me with pride, and freely expressed their annoyance at my corrections, whereas before they accepted my feedback respectfully. Now I was treated just like all the other staff members at the Robinson Center. No longer special because of my newness, I was the recipient of the same outbursts and occasional moments of disrespect as all the other staff members. This change initially made me sad. I loved feeling special because of the students' showy, outward signs of appreciation. Yet, as I reflected on this change, I came to realize that there is a deeper beauty in these moments of disrespect and in my feelings of lost specialness. The emotions the students began showing me were much more genuine than before, albeit sometimes less cute or pretty. While I initially preferred the cute and pretty side of the students, I began to realize that with this change came the opportunity to enter more deeply into the students' lives. The difference I could make was much deeper at this level, and this recognition brought insight into myself as well. I realized that I much often prefer the prettier side of life. It's easy to talk about the weather, what one's plans for the weekends are, or other topics that don't dig into the grit of life, and this is most often where I am comfortable. But my SSLP helped me realize that we're not always called into the prettiness of life, but instead into the trenches, where it's dirty and smelly and distinctly uncomfortable. As I learned over the summer, the trenches of life are where we can most deeply encounter God in our own lives, and where we can most brightly shine His light into the darkness others face. Rochner reminded me of this before I experienced for myself. This is from one of our readings for the summer, as he explained that we can only understand ourselves by the act in which we alone can understand its motivation, the act by which we become loving ones, people who have lovingly found the other person, not on specially occasioned celebrations, but in the crass, ordinary, gray life of the everyday. His understanding of displacement perfectly describes one of the realizations to which I came in my SSLP. The finding did not come in the pretty sunshine of life, but in the reality of the dark and unfamiliar trenches. From what I've learned of Jim Andrews, he did not avoid the trenches of life, but sought them out, so as to effect positive change in the lives of others and take one more step toward the person God created him to be. To those who created and support the Andrews Scholarship, I'd like to express my gratitude and the gratitude of all the other Andrews Scholars, as well as those whose lives they touched and whose lives they have been touched by this summer. We are so grateful for the opportunity to become teachers and students in the lives of one another. The lessons that we have learned have been both innumerable and invaluable. Thank you for all that you've done for us.